What's going on YouTube? It's Ronnie to Apple, and today I'm going to be doing a recap on today's Apple keynote conference that was just held and it was just now ended. So to start off, you guys, I want to tell you guys that the publicity for this was amazing. It was crazy how much was going on. There was just so many sites that went down. Engadget, 9 to 5 Mac, Apple, Mac. There was like another blog post that was actually hosting. They were all hosting RSS feeds, basically quotes and pictures and stuff like that. They all went down, and it seemed like they're all going down at the same exact time, and it was weird, actually. But I was actually following a video feed, not from actually inside the conference, because Apple actually announced yesterday, the day before the Apple keynote conference, that they were not actually going to be doing any video feeding straight from inside the conference. But I did see some pictures. I was watching an RSS feed from Soldier Knows Best. If you guys know who he is, if you don't, make sure I'll have his linked in the channel down below. I also have all the blog posts from Engadget, because that was actually the blog post I was following while this was actually going on. But yeah, basically all that stuff went down. It seemed like at the same exact time. It was crazy. The Apple Store went down, which I'm pretty sure it's still down right now. My guess is it'll probably be up within the next hour. I don't know why, it's like everything kind of went down at the same time. I felt like the world was going at a halt, and it was just kind of seeing what was going on. I don't know, I thought it was kind of weird. So after basically 30 minutes to 45 minutes of recapping everything that they covered, and I think it was called a WWDC, I think that's what it was called. Correct me if that's wrong, but that was held back in June. Basically, that's when they announced iCloud, iOS 5, and a lot of good stuff. But basically, they took like 30 to 45 minutes to actually recap all of that, which is kind of annoying, because I felt like I was in there for 45 minutes, like waiting for nothing. But yeah, that took a long time for them to actually finally get up and start talking about some new stuff. But finally, Scott Forstall, I think is his name, basically who is known for in Apple for being the iPhone person who has like lots of the ideas, and he's basically like the icon for the iPhone. Basically, he finally got up on stage and he started talking about the new features and stuff like that. They are releasing something called the Cards app, which I'm not really sure when that will be released yet, but basically like a perfect time for Christmas time. So it's basically if you want to send a greeting card for Christmas, a digital greeting card. So if you have a friend or family who lives far away from you, and they also have an iOS device, you can send them a digital basically greeting message saying, hey, happy Christmas, happy New Year, all that good stuff. And you know, like if it's their birthday or something like that. And also, there's a new thing that the Apple is adding. Basically, you can pay $2.99 only in the U.S. to actually, for Apple to actually mail off a live little message, a greeting from Apple and you, of course, saying happy Merry Christmas, happy birthday, whatever. And then anywhere other than the U.S., it'll be $4.99. And after that, they kind of talked about the notification center. Basically, nothing really new that really was not talked about before. And then after that, basically, they talked about Game Center, how Game Center, they're actually adding achievements, kind of like the Sony PSN, like Award Center, and then the achievements from Xbox Live. So after 45 minutes, basically, of recapping all that good stuff, they finally got into something new. There will be two things released on October 12th. On October 12th, they will be releasing iOS 5, and they'll also be releasing the iPod Touch 5th generation. That's right, the iPod Touch 5th generation. So that's going to be great. The stocks are going to go up way high for Apple now. Basically, the 8GB iPod Touch will be $199, the 32GB will be $299, and the 64GB will be $399. And it'll also be available in white, so I think it's pretty cool. So now we're going to get to the big part of this keynote, basically what everybody was waiting for. I feel like Apple was teasing everybody after about an hour of talking about just useless stuff. I know everybody was there or watching, waiting to see news about the iPhone 5 or the /4S. And I have to give you guys some bad news. The iPhone 5 was not released. They're only releasing the iPhone 4S, which there was no visual changes to it. The design stayed the same, just like how the 3GS was the same design as the 3G, but they just basically added, they said it is like 10 times faster than the iPhone 4. Everything is built in, everything that's built in there is just so much faster, which I guess that's impressive, but really it's kind of sad that everybody was kind of let down. I was actually really hoping for an iPhone 5. But to get into the specs for the iPhone 4S, it'll have a A5 processor, and of course it'll have Retina display. And for the battery life, it has 8 hours of continuous 3G talk, 14 hours of 2G talk time, and 6 hours of 3G browsing, and 10 hours of video, and lastly 40 hours of music playing. And it'll also have a 8 megapixel camera, which is amazing for vloggers. So if you guys are one of those people like DFizzy who does like videos vlogging through their iPhone, this would be great. The quality will be bumped up because it actually has a 1080p HD video recorder. And let's get to the prices here. Basically, the 16GB iPhone 4S will be $199, 32GB will be $299, 64GB will be $399, which is weird because those are the same prices as the iPod Touch 5th generation. Usually the iPhone 5 will be or the iPhone 4, the iPhones in general are usually more than the iPod Touches. And one more last thing, the iPod Touch 5th generation will not have 3G capability, so that feature was actually denied. Lots of people thought it would have 3G capability just because of the rumors on the iTunes site and all that stuff. And lastly, when this will be released, will be pre-orders will start on the 7th of October, which should be, I think, this Friday. And it'll be released on the 14th. And the last thing I want to tell you guys is basically the new prices for all the other iPhones. The 8GB 3GS will be completely for free. I'm not really sure what Apple meant by that. Maybe in terms of depends on what your carrier does, or maybe what AT&T, like if you guys have AT&T, it really depends on your plan or something like that. And then for the iPhone 4, 8GB will be now $99, which is really nice. I think it's people can start getting the iPhone 4, which really isn't too much different from the iPhone 4S. So, I mean, really, if I was going to be doing an unboxing of the iPhone 4S, I could really just buy an iPhone 4, put it in an iPhone 4S case, and then just go along with it, because really it looks exactly the same and there isn't too much different from it. Alright, you guys, so that was basically the recap on what the keynote was for Apple. I hope you guys liked this video. All the blog posts from Engadget will be down below in the description. And lastly, I hope you guys like this video if you haven't already, so make sure you do subscribe for more videos like this that come up. And lastly, again, thank you guys for watching.